Oh, so I had surgery today. It went really well, I think.
Today's delectable afternoon tea is sponsored by none other than Dixie D'Amelio, aka one of the cringiest influencers that TikTok has produced. There, I said it, cause number one, I'm feeling feisty today, and number two, I have all the receipts to prove my claim. So I hope you're thirsty, dolls, cause I've got some tea to spill in this compilation of Dixie D'Amelio's most cringeworthy moments. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. I'm gonna start with her self-deprecating jokes. I get it, hun. It's tough being the less popular sister of TikTok queen Charli D'amelio. But does Dixie really have to build an entire personality brand around that? I really cringe when she introduces herself as Charli's less famous sister. Or when she made that TikTok where she was like, "For those people asking me who I am, are you sure you don't know? 'Cause I'm the most popular girl on TikTok, sister." Ugh, so much cringe. I mean, she's a recording star now, so the insecure sister act stopped being cute a long time ago. Seriously, Dix, let it go. Oh, did you dolls know Charli is not the only member of the D'Amelio family whose success and popularity Dixie has tried copying? I'm talking about that super cringe photo shoot she did, where she just literally took old photos of her mom and tried recreating them. If you must know, dolls, Heidi D'Amelio was quite the model in her youth, and Dixie could never compare. Especially if she can't even think of a new and original concept for her own shoot and would just settle on copying what her mother has already done all those years ago. Awkward, right? Another thing I noticed about Dixie that makes me cringe every time is how she always inserts herself in every controversial thing that happens to her sister. Like when she kept on berating Charli's ex, Chase Hudson, on Twitter and calling him out for hurting Charli and cheating on her. First of all, Charli was doing fine on her own and didn't need her older sister to defend her. Second, it's not like Dixie actually cares about what went down between Charli and Chase. You know how I know she doesn't really care? Well, I see her still retweeting and standing Nessa Barrett, aka the girl Chase cheated on Charli with. It's just so cringy to me that Dixie seems two-faced at times, but oh well, maybe she's just one of those girls who would blame the cheating guy 100% even though the third party, aka Nessa, willingly kissed Chase, even though she knew Chase was still dating Charli at the time. Anyway, another cringy thing that Dixie does is typing her emojis. This is a serious pet peeve of yours truly. I mean, she's obviously got a smartphone and she can basically use any emoji she likes from there, so in my opinion, she has no business typing colons and capital letters as if she's tweeting to us from the 90s, right dolls? I know that's kind of a shallow reason to cringe, dolls, so here's another, more serious infraction that I still can't believe Dixie did. So you guys are aware we're still in the middle of a global health situation, right? So can someone tell me why Dixie D'Amelio had an entire birthday bash in the Hype House, complete with like dozens of guests who could have easily transmitted illness to one another? And they even had the gall to film TikToks and live videos during the party, which, by the way, dolls, is still not allowed because again, we're still in the middle of a freaking global health situation. Oh, you guys have no idea how much I cringed watching all those influencers kiss each other on the cheeks and hug each other as if they didn't know that the global health situation is a real thing that's still killing people out there. Seriously, Dixie should have known better. Since we're talking about Dixie's most cringeworthy moments, I just have to bring up those pictures she posted right after her nose reconstruction surgery. It was grotesque, to put it mildly, and I think I'll never understand why Dixie felt the need to post those pictures. As if we don't get enough nasty nightmares, right, dolls? You know how some people, God's favorites for sure, still look kinda cute even when their faces are full of gauze and they can barely speak right after dealing with a terrible hospitalization? Yeah, Dixie's not exactly that kind of person. She looked tragic. Sorry, love. But every time I see those old bloody pics, I throw up a little. Speaking of face gauze and unfortunate trips to the doctor, another Dixie made me cringe moment was when she filmed in the car right after her wisdom tooth removal surgery. I know that not one person in this world looks fabulous after their wisdom teeth are taken out, but I guess I just didn't expect Dixie to be so talkative and vulgar under the influence of anesthesia. Or maybe it was the way she was crying because she wanted to eat a burger that got me, but this is simply one of the most cringeworthy anesthesia videos I've ever seen. It was almost as cringy as the time Dixie posted on Instagram a selfie while she had one of those unflattering dentist paraphernalia in her mouth. You know those big mouthpieces that the dentist makes you bite down on so your mouth stays wide open for the duration of your cleaning or operation? Yeah, no one really looks good while wearing those, but the fact that Dixie felt confident posting a picture of herself rocking that mouthpiece on Instagram rubbed me the wrong way. I think she was being way too cocky and actually thought it looked good on her. Honey, no. I also find myself cringing nonstop when influencers exaggerate everything they do. I know that's kind of what makes influencers such a hit with their cult-like fans, but I can't stand it. Case in point, when Dixie tweeted that she can't stop screaming because she had just taken coffee for the first time in weeks. I mean, coffee is pretty magical and all, but can it really make you scream nonstop just because you drank it for the first time in weeks? Get out of here, Dix. Life is not that dramatic all the time. You know what or who's dramatic all the time though? That's right, our girl Dixie. Do you dolls remember how she acted one day after Charli's birthday last year? She was insufferable, dolls, I tell you. She was screaming all around the house, asking to pop Charli's balloons because they had glitter inside and she wanted to see what glitter rain would look like. Can you chill, girl? Cause we all know birthday celebrants are allowed to be brats for an entire week. It got super cringy when she accused Charli of being a birthday brat just because she told Dixie not to pop any of her balloons. Like, girl, it's not that big of a deal, jeez. You wanna know what's a big deal though? Blackfishing. And I have lost count of how many times Dixie has been called out for this, but she still keeps on doing it. She tans herself out of her mind and then applies bronzer that's like 3 shades darker than she really is, and expects people to find it beautiful. Dolls, keep in mind that black is absolutely beautiful, but only if it's your natural skin color. Do not ever try to appropriate what's not naturally yours unless you want to be as cringy as our girl Dixie, because fake is never beautiful. Speaking of which, did you know there are some cringeworthy rumors going around that Dixie had this nasty habit of faking seizures to get out of her classes? I mean, I think all of us have played hooky at one point or another, but it's one thing to just stay cozy at home or in your dorm, and it's a whole other thing to show up to school and fake seizures just to be excused. It disrupts the entire class and makes everyone sick with worry, dolls. So yeah, color me disgusted that Dixie would ever do such a thing. Also, I'm usually very lenient about the choice of influencers in terms of the brands they will endorse because, duh, sponsorships mean money, and we know that all is fair in terms of getting that bread. But when Dixie took a sponsorship deal with ClearStart, a skincare company that supposedly helps people get rid of their blemishes, I found it too hypocritical, for the sole reason that Dixie had preached so much about beauty being more than skin deep, and how girls should learn to love themselves, including their imperfections and what other people might say about them. I mean, walk the talk, girl. By the way, Dixie also loves to preach anti-discrimination messages and how people should stop being mean to each other just because we all believe in different things. So, can someone tell me why Dixie filmed a TikTok and used background music that's blasphemous? Granted, it was a popular song, but she should know better than to use a song that has very inappropriate lyrics. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, dolls. If you don't, well, look up the lyrics of the song What That Mouth Do. Many fans were appalled when Dixie used this video because the song is not only offensive to Christians, but all other religions that consider Jesus Christ as like a prophet or a relevant character in their religious history. It's cringeworthy and gross when influencers purport to have this infallible moral compass but then get caught doing stuff like this. That wraps up the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.